They are known for their hustle, feared for their enterprise, loved and hated in equal measure. But behind the success story of the Igbo people lies a dark truth of hatred, envy, and systemic exclusion.
From Lagos to Accra, from Biafra to business empires.
This is a story of Ibo Phobia and how a people who were left with just 20 pounds after the war rebuilt an economy that became unstoppable. The Igbo are one of the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria, found mostly in the southeast. They are historically traders and vendors, highly entrepreneurial, deeply rooted in self-reliance. But their strength in commerce and drive for excellence has also made them a target often labeled as too ambitious, too independent, or too dominant. And that label would have devastating consequences. In 1967, after a series of pogroms and political assassinations targeting Easterners, the Igbo declared a Republic of Biafra, triggering a brutal civil war. The war lasted 3 years. Over 2 million people died, mostly Igbos, many from starvation. When the war ended in 1970, the Nigerian government offered no victor, no vanquished. But for Igbos returning to Nigeria, it was a bitter lie, regardless of how much money they had before the war. Each Igbo citizen was given just 20 pounds to start over, no matter if they had 2,000 pounds or 200,000 pounds in the bank. Businesses were seized, properties lost, lives shattered. But what happened next stunned the world. With just 20 pounds, Igbos returned to their towns and began rebuilding from scratch.
Trading in spare parts from Niue in Anambra. Electronics in Alaba International Market.
Transport empires in Lagos. Within 20 years, Igbo businesses were controlling major segments of Nigeria's informal economy, with no government support.
Today, cities like Onitsha and Enugu are known as the Japan of Africa.
The Silicon Valley of Nigeria, all from a people told they were finished.
In Onitsha, the heart of Igbo land, our markets have always been the lifeblood of our communities.
Despite their contribution to the Nigerian economy, Igbos in Lagos, a city they helped build, have faced consistent resentment and violence. During elections, Igbos are often intimidated or excluded.
There were a jubilant and excited crowd, with everyone trying to catch a glimpse and perhaps get close enough to take a photograph of the man of the moment. First stop was the popular Computer Village in the heart of the Lagos State capital, Ikeja, where the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, went to sensitize and, you could also say, feel the pulse of traders and business owners in his bid to attaining the highest office in the country, the presidential seat. Second stop was Ladipo Market, which also went agog with a massive crowd trailing the presidential candidate. The crowds climbed the tops of containers, gates, rooftops, and every higher ground they could attain. It was in identifying and showing support for Peter Obi, whose presidential campaign had, over the weekend, brought its rally to Lagos. With a very impressive turnout at these two popular markets in Lagos, the question is, will this massive crowd translate into votes on election day?
Market owned by Igbos, like Balogun Market, Ladipo Market, have been mysteriously burnt down multiple times.
Engulfed in flames, leaving those affected in pain.
Politicians have openly threatened Igbo communities, and phrases like, "Go back to your land," are hurled at those who've lived in Lagos for generations. In 2023, viral videos showed mobs threatening Igbos not to vote.
What you people cannot do in Onitsha, what you cannot do in Aba or anywhere, If you do what I want, Lagos will continue to be prosperous for you. If you go against this, you will perish in the water. Finish.
In response, many began to question, is Lagos still safe from the Igbo?
Meanwhile, the hashtag Igbo must go protest continues to fester on social media. A recent X Spaces conversation tagged Yoruba Ronu Space, led by purported Yoruba influencers, called for an Igbo must go protest. One of the contributors stated that Igbos are disrespecting their traditional rulers and have no right owning land in Lagos.
We need to come out and protest. Igbo are disrespecting our institution, they disrespect our traditional ruler, they disrespect all our headers, and they can't take it in their own space. Therefore, we must not fold our hand. I just have to tell everybody this protest, Igbo must go, and the scrap of the unitary system is a must, and it's coming, and it's going to be loud. It's going to, whoever that want to die should go and die. It's in our space. This is our heritage. This is the land our father fought for. And we will not allow anybody, no matter how many acres of land you buy, it is our land. And your land, your purchased land have expired time. Therefore, you cannot claim ownership.
The discrimination isn't limited to Nigeria. In Ghana, many Igbo traders have faced xenophobic backlash, shop closures, harassment from local authorities. Why? Because they dominate informal trade.
So let's quickly go into the demonstration. Now, the people are marching in Accra from Circle to the East Legon under the slogan, Nigeria must go. Others are also saying, Igbos must go, so however way. Now, the Ghanaians are demanding the immediate departure of Nigerians from Ghana. The protesters also expressed demonstration of the Nigerian traders in Ghana who are supposed to be wholesaling. They say they are rather retailing and undercutting prices, making it difficult for local traders to compete them. These are the allegations that people are making, not from my point. And some of the protesters are saying they're also going to march from the demonstration to the Igbo King's palace.
Their success becomes a threat, and resentment follows. In 2019, Ghanaian authorities shut down hundreds of Nigerian-owned shops, many of them owned by Igbo migrants. It was another reminder, Igbo enterprise is often punished, not praised. Ibo Phobia is real. It is written in the pages of our history and whispered in our politics. But history also tells us something else. No matter how many times they are pushed down, the Igbo will rise again.
We Igbo are resilient. We rebuilt from 20 pounds after the war, facing challenge.
As young Igbo innovators, we are blending our rich heritage with cutting-edge technology to build global businesses.
We're creating solutions here that resonate worldwide.
Because for the Igbo, resilience is not just a trait, it is a way of life. This is the untold story of Ibo Phobia. A story still unfolding, and a story the world needs to hear.
£20 after the war, facing challenge.